Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today is Sunday. Y'all know what Sundays is, right? Wealthy Word of the Weekday. Before I get into it, y'all like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I make videos. So today's Wealthy Word of the Week is a stock term: dividends. Dividends. You guys, dividends are a payout for holding a stock in a company. There are many dividends that actually get in here and they pay you just to be a shareholder, right? So the more shares you have, the more dividends you get paid. And this is especially important right now when we're going through these times of, fluctuating markets and things like that, to find some dividends because you want to build up your cash, right? And I've been hearing a lot of people doing these cash challenges and things like that for the year, where they're not investing as much, but they're holding a lot more cash. So by having a dividend, you see some returns, quarterly returns. And I know we've talked about dividends before, but right now I think it is more important than ever to make sure you pay attention to dividends and make sure you're adding money to those assets. At least, and that's just my opinion. That is what I've been doing. I actually bought more shares of ETI on last week and more shares of the Wells Fargo. That's what I did. You guys do what you want. Dividend is cash that's distributed to you, right? So right here I actually have some of the best dividends, and it's just something I Google, right? Google best dividend stocks, and here it has the top five. Well, this is actually only four. One, two, three, four dividends. You guys know I told you guys about MO a long time ago. Now again, this is a tobacco company, but they pay great dividends. The shares are only about $50 a share, and you get paid 90 cents per share on the dividend side. UVB, Universal Corp. I don't have any shares of that. PM, Philip Morris International Inc. OKE, One OK Inc. These are what is considered what most American dividend stocks pay investors a set of amount each quarter. 20, and this is actually 25 high dividend stocks. So these are some that you guys just Google the same thing, get in here, look into them, see if there's something you want to invest in. Again, I told you guys I invested in Altria because, hey, high paying dividend and it was cheap to afford. I also have companies like Wells Fargo and Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs actually pays $2 per share. However, their stock is 300 something dollars a share, right? Whereas you can buy MO, you can buy 6 shares for those $300, and that's $6 every quarter for those 6 shares. Where you buy 2 shares at 600. Just doing the math and how it compares if you're looking for a good dividend stock. So I think dividends are a great way to go, something you guys should be looking into. And our goal with dividends is eventually we want to own enough shares of these companies that pay dividends to where it pays a bill off. It pays us a bill eventually over time. MO, 100 shares of that, $100, you pay one bill, right? So that's our goal. We want to get to a point where our dividends are able to pay our bills. So you guys keep that in mind. Dividends are a wealthy word for this week. Dividends. Y'all look up companies, find a company you like, and invest in those. All right. So this week, we actually know the market was down, I believe, on Friday. However, the markets ended up overall for the week. One article I found was bonds drop, U.S. futures slip on inflation risk, markets wrap. And with this news, I also found out that the Fed will be speaking on the CPI this week. So that's going to be important, right? Because that's going to tell, hey, are we steady? Is inflation constantly growing? How do the Fed continue to be very, very aggressive? Will that push the markets down? It's just a piece of news that could affect the markets. It could be either a positive or negative catalyst for the markets, and we have to be aware of those things. And that's happening on Tuesday. Also this week, there are earnings. We're going back into earnings season. So many companies are going to be doing earnings this week and the next couple weeks. So we have to be aware of those. You guys check out what earnings are going on this week to see, are you investing in the company that's going through earnings, and should you take profit? Should you take an L? Do you want to get caught holding the bag? Do you trust it? Do you want to, just things to pay attention to. When you invest in a company, you want to be aware of their earnings. Are they profitable? Are they making money and everything else, especially when times change so much? Russia-Ukraine invasion, inflation, COVID, all those different things that take a part in investing. You want to be aware, hey, how is my company? How are the companies that I like doing? So bonds extend a sell-off Monday and stocks wavered amid worries about inflation and monetary tightening. Emmanuel Macron's led in the first round of the French presidential vote aided the euro. Equities fell in Japan and fluctuated in South Korea and Australia. U.S. futures dipped, pointing to more challenges for global shares after the Federal Reserve signaled sharp interest rate hikes and balance sheet reduction to tackle price pressures, right? The U.S. 10-year Treasury yield climbed to 2.72%, around the highest since 2019. Real yields are getting closer to turning positive, a development that could be an impediment for risk assets. The dollar gauge is hovering at levels last seen in 2020. Australia's 10-year bond yield hit 3% for the first time since 2015. You guys, we're seeing some things happen this year that hasn't happened in years, right? 2019 for the U.S., 3 years ago. 2015 for Australia, 8 years ago. So we're seeing 7 years ago. We're seeing things happening, coming back, that's kind of putting people in the mind of, worry, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? That uncertainty, hey, what's going on with our markets? Why are we seeing these ridiculous numbers? Hey, why is there so much fear of recession? Keep that in mind, right? The fear of recession, and that 10-year and the 2-year yield are two very important things that point towards a recession, right? Remember we talked about that a week ago. So the euro climbed as much as 0.7% versus the greenback before pairing the gain. That suggests some relief over the French election. Investors have been fretting about the implications of a victory. Okay, so I don't think any of that really has any importance to us, but just knowing that, hey, there's some important information coming for the markets. There's a lot going on, things we got to be aware of. One thing I did want to note is we know crypto weekend, right? Crypto has been coming down over the weekend, so hopefully you guys either taking advantage or taking profits, right? Crypto never sleeps, so either take advantage or you take profits. Always be doing one or the other. Keep your eyes on your crypto. So right now we have Bitcoin down 0.69% at $42,000. We have Luna down 4.78%, down net $91. Again, we just talked about this, right? It was up to $116. Hopefully you took some profits and you chilling. You're not too much worried about it. We have Doge actually up 1.94%. Shiba Inu is down 1.23%. Crow is down 0.51%. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. Ethereum is down 1.41%. Cardano is down 1.66%. Mana came back down 2.15%. Sandbox is down 2.97%. And you guys know, so many of these crypto, we are taking advantage again. High prices. Again, I'm always going to encourage to take profits, especially when they fluctuate in the way they are. Some of these small ones, I say, hey, take profits, get back in when it come down, or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to do. But I'm always taking profits and getting back in these things. Luna, when it hit this high, I took profits, and as it comes back down, I'll be planning to get back in. Hopefully I see it hit the $80 or lower, and I'll be getting back in that. I'm gonna wait to see how low it comes though, so don't worry about that. And y'all know that the crypto market actually kind of runs side by side by the stock market, right? So if the stock market continues to come down, I expect the crypto market to continue coming down as well, and I'll be looking to be investing at the lows. So that's where I'm at with that. So that's really all I got for you guys today. I know we already went over our wealthy word of the week, which is dividends, right? Make sure you guys are investing in some dividend plays and things of that nature so that your portfolio is well diversified. Also, don't forget this year is our year for financials, so we invest in different financials, and most of those financials actually pay dividends, so be very aware of that. Make sure you're taking full advantage of those opportunity. And hopefully last week you guys kept that word sacrifice in your mind. You sacrificed that cheeseburger to invest in a company. Before I leave, I want to encourage you guys to use my links to sign up for Webull, RobinHood, Coinbase, Gemini, or any of those things so that you can invest in either crypto or stocks, because in order to get started, you have to have a brokerage account, right? And also those give you free stocks or free money in crypto. So make sure you read that, pay attention to that, and I just encourage you to take advantage of it. Free money on the table. I thank you guys for joining the journey to become wealthy, and I'll see y'all later.